Look at 1 Peter chapter 5, please. 1 Peter chapter 5. I think Peter can talk to us about this because he understands, having fallen victim. Verse 8, but sober, but vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, walks about like a roaring lion. What is he doing? Seeking whom he may devour. Verse 9 says, resist him steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same sufferings are experienced by your brothers in the world. Resist him. What if you refuse to resist him? You'll be a victim instead of a victor. And he walks about. Something I like about the devil is this. When you resist him hard, he goes. But he will come back. When you push him real hard, he goes. He leaves you for a season. And then he comes back. And so you must be alert. You know, I look at David. David was a young man. Young, unmarried. He won the greatest victory in Israel. The women were in the streets, clapping, tambourines, singing. Saul had killed his thousands. But this David, this young boy, he's 10,000s. And I can tell you this. He was a celebrity. And they were singing. You know what David did? I like what you did. There in the Bible, he gave them the head of Goliath. But the sword of Goliath, David took it and hid it. Because he needs that sword. The devil, was gone. But the devil returned. And when the devil returned, it was time for kings to go to war. And David was now idle. And he stood on the roof of his house. And he saw a woman washing. Can I tell you this? No matter how beautiful a woman is when she's washing, she ain't beautiful. With soap. No. He saw and he lusted. And he took her. When there were thousands and thousands and thousands of women chanting in the streets, the single women were there. I can tell you this. Women like celebrities. It's true. Everybody says, I would like to marry him. Some might get there and say, hello, Dave, I'm here. And David wasn't listening. He was too focused on God. So he overcame temptations of thousands. If he had married anybody then, nobody might have cared. He was a young man, a bachelor. But now that he was already married, and it's a woman in the bathroom. Why do you go to the bathroom? Because you need to take away some things that are not nice, right? That's why we go to the bathroom. You wake up in the morning, your face, and wash up all that. And that's what he saw, and his heart went. Your adversary goes and comes. If he comes and finds you idle, finds you sleepy, finds you've let down your guard, he can ruin your destiny. And I was shocked 2 weeks ago. I was shocked when I read 1 Samuel chapter 12. And God said, David, I'm about to kill you. I've read this Bible many times. I never saw it. Until God said, I'm about to kill you, David. Yes, I said from heaven, you are the man after my own heart, not with this. I'm going to kill you. And I was afraid. God? Because he's no respecter of persons. God wouldn't take nonsense from anybody. If Moses messes up, Moses, your career has ended. What about all the 40 years in the wilderness? Sorry, it has ended, Moses. It has ended. God, I'm sorry. I accept the apology, but your calling has ended. Accept your apology. You're coming home, but your calling has ended. In other words, it was like somebody who went to college and didn't finish education. If you are doing a 7-year course in college, in the university, and you've done 6 years, and it's terminated. That's what happened to David. There should be no David if Saul was not finished. You want a king? I, God, will choose the king for you. And God chose a person that would carry his name. But Saul messed it up. Your adversary, he's been going and coming. My adversary, he's been going and coming. Against me, against my wife, against my children, against my calling, against every area of influence. If I don't defeat him, he defeats me. And there is no neutral ground. Peter understood it. He said, your adversary, he goes and comes. He might leave Canada for a week, maybe go to the United States, maybe come to England, and come back to Canada. He goes and comes. But God, you've given me a calling. You've given me a husband. You've given me a wife. You've given me children. Why? You gave me a dream. I saw what you are expecting of me. True. But if you don't pray, prayer is the key. So again and again and again, the will of God for me, the will of God for you can only be done because it is a spiritual warfare. Look at Psalm 74. You know, like moving back and forth, Old and New Testament, so it helps us to establish this, that God has determined your victory, determined your progress, determined your success, but you have got to fight to make it. Psalm 74 verse 20. And here, this guy was talking to God. He said, God, have respect to the covenant. You've made a covenant of peace with me. You've made a covenant of progress. You've given me this vision. I'm so sure, God. Have respect to it. God, look at it. Embrace it. God. He was talking, he said, have respect to the covenant. Why? Verse 20. For the dark places of the earth are full of the hands of cruelty. The dark places of the earth. I like Paul when he said, the devil is the prince of darkness. And on the earth there are dark places. And it is full of cruelty, wickedness, evil. It's full there. And while you and I are on the earth, those things want to encroach. They want to kill. They want to strangulate you. They want to ensure that God's will in your life is not done. Until we get to heaven, for a short while, you've got to contend with those dark places. You know, the other day I was reading of, I think it was W.V. Grant. He was preaching in a meeting. And there were in the congregation people of magic in the congregation. T.L. Osborne was preaching, and somebody took a stick at the back and looked through the stick at him